Hey guys, this is my first YouTube video I've ever done, so there's a lot of lighting and stuff that I need to work on and make sure I get the way I like it. But I use the Tartelette and Bloom palette. Looks like this. And the inside is like this. It's pretty neutral, almost all mattes. There's only 3 shimmers, but I love it. And if you want to see how to get this look, just keep on watching. Hello everyone, so I just starting off by using my Wet n Wild Photofocus eyeshadow primer to prime my eyes with my Sephora brush to blend it in, because I feel like that's usually more effective than my fingers. Now I'm using the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush with the shade Charmer to set my eyeshadow primer. Now with a Morphe M433 brush, I'm using the shade Jet Setter to define my crease a little bit and add some shadow for a transition shade. This will eventually help the rest of the shadows blend in as we move forward with the look. And with that same Morphe M433, we're going to dip into the shade Rebel. It's just slightly darker and it will warm up the eyes a little more. Focus it more on the outer corner, but drag it also all the way through so that it can help blend with the other shades. Now switching back to the E40 brush, I'm just going to take that shade Charmer again and help buff out the corners of my crease so that it's all blended nicely with no harsh edges. Now jumping back into the eyeshadow primer, we are going to apply this to the lid to add a sticky canvas to add the shimmery eyeshadow. Using a Sigma E56, I'm going to dip into the shade Funny Girl, which is a nice shimmery champagne color, to add for the lid. For this part, you really want to make sure that you're using more patting motions than swiping because this will distribute more product to the eye. Going back to the Morphe M433 brush, we are just going to blend the shadows a little more just in case there was too much glitter buildup in the crease with no additional product. Now we are dipping into the shade Activist, which is a deep warm brown, and Lord, I forgot how pigmented it is. So I'm going to distribute this between both of my eyes so that it's not too harsh. And I'm going to create more of an outer V angle on the corner so it's nice and dark. This step will take a lot of blending so it doesn't look like you just popped on some heavy amount of eyeshadow in your corners, so be patient. Now going back in with the E40, we're going to blend the outer corners of the crease just in case any of that brown is a little too harsh with no extra product added. Now using this ECOTOOLS brush that has no name, it's just like a angled liner brush, we're going to dip into Activist again and use it more as like a smoky liner. I didn't really want to make anything too thick or dramatic here, I just kind of wanted to line near my lashes. Now I'm using that Sigma sweeper brush again just to pack on a little bit more of Funny Girl in case all the blending pushed away some of the glitter. Using the M433 again, we are going to jump into the shade Jet Setter and just add a little more to the crease just because I'm a little extra and wanted to make sure it was blended. Using a makeup wipe, I'm going to wipe away any fallout from all the shadows just so we have a nice clean face to add the foundation and concealer to. Today I'm going to be mixing my True Match Lumi in the shade Sun Beige with my ECOSMETICS CC Plus cream in the shade Tan. And I'm going to dot it all over my face so that it's easier to blend my makeup. I do not like to put it straight onto my brush or to put it on my hand and dip my brush into it. Using my Artis Oval 7 brush to blend in my foundation. Oh my god, this brush, I thought it was just a gimmick, but when I bought it, I instantly fell in love. It blends makeup like a dream, it doesn't leave streaks, and it is so soft. I also like to drag any remaining foundation on the brush down my neck so that I don't have any lines of demarcation. Now, using my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream in the shade Light 15, I'm going to conceal my under eyes and highlight any other points of the face. I find that this is one of the best concealers because it doesn't crease on me and I have super creasy under eyes and I'm very oily. Now I'm using my MAC Cosmetics Oval 6 brush to help blend out my concealer. Using my RCMA No Color Powder, I'm going to set my under eyes as well as bake. I have to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder container because the packaging for the RCMA powder is terrible. I like to use a dry Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge for this because I feel like it picks up most powder and also distributes it very nicely across my skin while pushing it into my concealer. I have to say I was not a big fan of baking until I started using the RCMA powder. I originally started using the Laura Mercier, but I found it was way too drying for my under eyes and made creasing a lot worse. Using my Sonia Kashuk large powder brush, I'm going to dip into some more of that RCMA powder that I still have left in the cap and press it into my skin before swiping. I find that if I swipe immediately across my face, it distorts my whole makeup and gets a lot of foundation stuck to the powder brush. Using the same powder brush, I'm going to wipe away that bake. My camera actually died, so this was baking for way longer than it seems. Now, using my Too Faced Soleil Matte Bronzer in the shade Chocolate, I'm going to warm up my skin. I love this bronzer because it smells so good. And we are using the Morphe M405 brush to do so. I have tried larger brushes, but I find that this slanted bristle helps to blend it a lot better and make placement way easier. I'm going to use the same Sonia Kashuk powder brush to just blend in the bronzer more with my foundation so it doesn't look like I just rolled my face in some mud. I'm also going to use this limited edition Laguna bronzer from NARS that comes with a little baby Ita brush. I do find that this shade of the Laguna is a little darker than the original and it also has a slight sheen to it, but it smells like a Caribbean paradise. It smells so good. I feel like that's the theme for this look because both of the bronzers smell amazing as well as the eyeshadow palette. For blush, I'm going to dip into this beautiful NYX Ombre blush in the shade Mauve Me using an e.l.f. Cosmetics blush brush, and we're going to apply that to the apples of the cheeks and bring it back a little bit with the bronzer. Now for my favorite part of doing my makeup, I'm going to use my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter with the Morphe M501 brush and highlight myself to the gods. Using this little baby Sigma Beauty Smudge E21 brush, I'm also going to use the Gilded Honey highlighter and highlight my inner corners. Now to finish off the eyes, we're using the M433 brush with the shade Rebel, and we're going to smoke that underneath the lash line. Adding a baby amount of Activist to the outer corner so that we can make it more symmetrical and match the darker corner on the top of the lid with the lower lash line. Using this black Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner in the shade Onyx, I'm going to add that to my waterline. Now I'm using a Tarte Cosmetics eyelash curler that I got in a holiday package last year with those beautiful bedazzled jewels on the handle. Here I'm going in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate. I have to speed this up a lot because brows take a very long time to accomplish, girl. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm using this Burberry mascara in the Cat Lashes Jet Black. I like to use sample sizes because if you have to throw them out in 3 months, there's no reason to buy a full tube since they last way longer than that. With that being said, please be adamant about throwing out old mascaras so that you do not get eye infections. Now I'm going to use my Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray because I am very oily. I'm going to use a makeup wipe to remove any possible powders or foundation buildup on my lips before adding ColourPop Pillow Talk. And that completes this look. Thank you so much for watching my first YouTube video, and if you have any comments or concerns, please leave them below. Focus. Okay. You're really trying me today, camera. Okay. I feel like a frog. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Oh my god, my ass hurts.
What?
Stop, Eric, it's filming! You son of a bitch. Mom, make them leave!
What? I can't.
Yeah.
It's his house.